For joining. I'm Jasper Lee, I'm the CEO of SortSpoke, and we're going to talk to you today about some of our products, but more importantly, some of our experiences and lessons learned helping financial services companies over the last few years turn unstructured documents into data, which turns out to be a really, really challenging problem. We were working with these large enterprises, large governments, helping them transform their business processes, and the one thing that they could not solve was we still need 500, 2,000 people to sit there, scroll through PDFs to extract data so that we can actually, populate a database and then do something useful with it. And there was really no great way of solving that problem. You've got people, literally hundreds or thousands of people sitting at screens, scrolling through PDF files, picking out data in an unstructured document, and then literally rekeying it into some other back-end system. And clearly in 2019, this should no longer be the case. We're actually trying to solve a very different kind of task, and I would argue a harder task, which is Joe Smith has applied for a mortgage. We have to pull out 58 pieces of information from that mortgage file with 100% accuracy. And we're not analyzing, a million documents. We have to analyze Joe Smith's document and get it 100% right. This is the interface that an operator would see, and you're literally seeing it from scratch here. This would be a business operator. All you do is you say, here are the 18 fields, and you give those fields names. That's the extent of the setup. There's no models, there's no rules, there's no regular expressions. The first few documents to go through, you will have to manually annotate every single one of the documents, because how does it know what anything is otherwise? But after you've done even 10 documents, the system will do a lot of what you see here in terms of, here's what I think the answers are, and then the operator's job shifts very, very quickly, literally in some cases within the first hour, to just doing QA. First thing, it enables you to respond to customers a lot faster. So in a typical financial services scenario, actually we find a lot of the value isn't that, say, we can reduce your labor costs. Actually, a lot of the value is you take what used to be a 3-day turnaround, now you can quote people same hour. Obviously, there is a productivity gain. In a lot of industries, the hardest thing to do is hire good people. Like, there's a shortage of underwriters in the world today. So what we enable companies to do is say, you know what, today you're processing a certain amount of volume with 100 staff. Maybe you can do it with 20 or 30 staff, or you can keep your 100 staff and grow your top line without having to hire new people. Probably your lowest or newest 1/3 of staff are causing 80 to 90% of the errors. Presumably you don't actually need, let's say, that lower third of your staff and instantly 80 to 90% of your errors may go away. So that's just something to think about in terms of implementing something like this. Brittainy, who's from one of our clients in the US, from TAI, who does reinsurance, and she'll tell you a little bit about her journey working with us at SortSpoke.
So TAI have a reinsurance software platform where we process administration. We also offer consulting services. So a lot of our clients were coming to us asking us to review their documents, structure the data, and then compare it against their administration system. And this was taking quite a bit of time for us. You've seen some of these in Jasper's presentation, and people were using all kinds of different technology. And so we started talking to them about how to solve our problem, what were some of the things that they could offer, how could we really get to the solution that we needed to process the business. What we knew was that the treaties could be complex, they were different, they were unstructured, and they had different formats. Documents that are hundreds of pages long and then have 30 to 40 amendments that are also equally as long, and so you're looking at thousands of pages for someone to read and structure. So we started doing a proof of concept, and we found that there were people promising, results that really were not delivered. With SortSpoke, what we were able to do was, as Jasper mentioned, this is a really non-invasive implementation. We were given access to this system, and we were able to begin running our contracts through. And within 4 documents coming through, we were able to see some of the learning start to be achieved. By 16 documents, about 80% of the fields were being picked up. As Jasper mentioned, one of our experts was able to go in and do the learning in real time. And so we started to see at 25 documents a consistent 80% accuracy and pickup. It really allowed us to create some value around these paper documents or PDFs that are sitting in a storage location that no one is currently using unless there's a problem.
If I have one theme around this, it's around agility. It's because often when you go into the journey, you don't know exactly what you need. So if you have a solution where you can iterate every day instead of every 6 months, it makes an enormous difference as to who's going to ultimately be the best in the market.